What's going on, people? This is Market Omega back at it again this Friday with another beautiful recap for you guys. I'll be going over trades from this week, so without further ado, let's go. All right, guys. So I usually start with the SPY. So let's see what's going on this week. Same issue, same gridlock. Members of the House and the Senate are trying to figure out if they're going to pass a stimulus. They actually have a deadline. I think that's today. So they have to pass something today in order to prevent government shutdown. So, it just remains to be seen if that'll actually happen. It's just the same story we've had the last few months. Oh yeah, we're close, we're close. Oh no, we're not close. Oh yeah, we're close. Okay, we're not close. And they have, time and again they've had to come down to the wire, and it's like, hey, okay, we're gonna do this, and then everything just falls apart the last minute. So I don't know what's gonna happen today. Honestly, I mean, I think it's right now. I actually think it's like a 60-40 chance. So 60% they're gonna pass something before the day is up. 40% chance it's just gonna be the same old story, right? So right now it's about I think they've reached. They've reached an agreement on like 900 billion, but they're still trying to iron out the last few details. So, just keeping fingers crossed. If a stimulus actually gets passed, then I think we can continue higher in the market, and more people would have more access to funds. They can spend money on the holidays. Retail names are gonna pop, and all of those things. So. We'll just see, man. Just keeping fingers crossed. A lot of people have lost their jobs, so these guys need to act right. They need to come together and actually pass something. Okay. All right, and just taking a look at the SPY, we're just in this like range bound area right now, and if I think like if they pass a stimulus by today, I think that the market will reverse, take out this high of 372, and then probably get to like the 380s. That's what I think could happen. So, once again, fingers crossed. Let's just see what happens. As far as the trades from this week, so I mean, it's been lots. It's just been muted. Like the action has been pretty muted. To start the week, it was just kind of like dead, right? I actually didn't really think that. I thought this week was just gonna be a wash because, the action just wasn't there. I think either what date was that? Let's see. I think it was like on Monday or Tuesday was like the worst action I'd ever seen in a long time. It was just horrible. No low volume. Even the stocks that had news and catalysts and all of that, they just didn't have the volume, and the setups just weren't working as well. So I actually took. Let me just give you guys a rundown. So the first trade was VERU. So I took VERU on Tuesday. Let's go back, give you guys a look. Where was that? It's the 15th. Okay, so it was right here. So I took VRU, and that was an actual pattern trade. So you guys know me. I like these pattern trades, man. They offer low risk, high reward opportunities. So if you can like capitalize on them, you can really make some decent profit. All right, so I think it was right here. So I got long right there. This double bottom right there. If you take a look, you see that break right there. We actually got a move up. So I took a position right at this level somewhere, and it was a nice little gain off of that one pattern. There was also BCDA. So BCDA, man, this stock was like really strong, right? So BCDA, I mean, it's actually run the last few days. I mean, look at it's gone from threes all the way to 8. So that's a pretty large move. Okay. So when I traded this, where was that? I took it on the 15th, and try to short it somewhere around here because I just thought that it was extended, right? So I took a short right there, and it was it was just popping into this resistance to 650. So I basically tried to short it right there, and then the problem. I think I shorted too soon. That was the issue because that was actually the right area to short, but I just kind of I basically shorted it like right there, like the 640 or something, and it ripped. Right, I think I shorted either 640s or right at 650. It ripped. And then I covered. As soon as it just went against me, I covered. I'm not really a short bias trader. A lot of these guys that are short, they probably would have added to that, but when I get in and it just goes against me and it's not in my favor, I just get out. I mean, in hindsight, it's 2020. This thing ended up fading. So, but it is what it is. What it is. I took the small loss and then I just got out. And then there was a nice little pattern right there. It was a double bottom that formed. So I basically got long right around this break right here. So if you take a look, you see this right there. So I basically got long. I anticipated the break, so I actually got long before that, and then I just sold on the move up. So I made back made back my loss from this this short right there. So as you can see, the stock was really strong. It basically chopped around a little bit and then just ripped to the upside. So it was a strong stock. So if you were shorting this thing, I mean, as soon as it broke the previous day's highs and then came back again, it just ripped. It just went up. So that was that for BCDA. I took SPCS, SCPS. So this week we had a bunch of low volume IPOs. This is a bunch of IPOs that were just going crazy. And usually you want to see a lot of volume on an IPO, right? Because that's around the first few weeks that the stock is going to trade. So you want to see volume, right? New entrants into the stock, and especially if it's in like a very hot sector. But we had a bunch of these like IPOs that were just popping. Most of them were Chinese companies, and a lot of this Chinese stocks historically they just have there's just too much manipulation in those names, So we just saw a lot of IPOs that were popping. SCPS was one of them, and it was just low volume. It was like literally, it was low volume pops. Like it'll pop like multiple points on low volume. I think the whole day it traded less than 2 million or something. That's nothing compared to the price of the stock and everything. And look. If you take a look at the chart, you're going to see just a bunch of halts up, halts down. It's just too much halts, low volume. I mean, there was a guy in particular that was taking huge size. So, I mean, he must have been the guy that was moving this thing. But this is, I wouldn't advise anybody to trade something like this. Okay. But I still took advantage, basically got in on a small size out of the halt. And I just scalped it. So, I think it was somewhere around there. I just scalped the move. I got a few points off of it, and then I just got out. I think I got like 3 or 4 points, and I just got out. Like I didn't really want to try to push my luck while it was, kept going up. Because look what happened. Literally, it just, it popped up after this halt, and then straight to a downside. And then it reopened multiple points lower and continued lower. So you don't want to be stuck in that. Just, get in, get your money, and get out. And then I basically got back in right here. So let me show you. It's a double bottom right here. I basically, waited for this thing to consolidate, and then I got long, and then I, scalped that for multiple points as well. So I got points off this move right here. Got points off this move right here, and that was it. I was just done with the stock. I left the stock alone. Not gonna deal with the low volume chop and just scammy action. I just left that alone. All right. So I actually took another trade. Let's see. This was SQFT. So SQFT is popping today, but it's actually run the last few days. So SQFT, I don't know. I think this must be an IPO stock, wasn't it? Yeah, it's one of those recent IPO type of stock. So let's see. So SQFT, I took that on the 18th, and basically I got long right there. It was just a dip play, really. It wasn't like a pattern thing. So basically, the stock, I missed all this move. I would have gotten it off the halt, but I missed it. So it just came down. And then when I saw this, I started watching the tape. It was holding this 650s level, 680s. I'm sorry, 650s to around like 660. So I basically got long right there, and then I just scaled on a move. It's just like a tape play. I just saw the bid stepping in, and then I basically just got long the stock, and then just sold on the move up. So that was that. I mean, I didn't really want to risk halts and all that crap. Every time I see those type of halts up, halt down, halt up, I just leave those alone. So just made the money, and then I got out. All of this action, fades. That's not really my wheelhouse. All right. So that was SQFT. All right. So let's see. There was also MREO. So MREO. So let's take a look. Let's see. All right. So MREO basically, once again, that was a tape replay, but I read it right, but I just got shaken out. I don't know why. I should have just exercised more patience because if you guys know me in chat, I'm like one of those guys that will like hold this thing with conviction. A lot of times, I like to exercise patience because most times, especially if you're long, they try to shake you out before the impending move. So basically, I got long on the dip around that 833. It was just a tape. I was watching this tape hold this level, so I got long right there. I actually should have gotten long around 830s, but 830 actually, but got long like 833, and then this thing popped all the way up to like can I say 833? 333. Sorry about that, guys. 333, and this thing popped up to 350, and then it just came pulled back and then popped up some more. I was thinking this could be the move. We're gonna go up, and then it just came back, stopped me out, and then the thing proceeded to do what it intended on doing in the first place. So, I mean, I've seen these type of patterns countless times. It's just, you guys wonder why I hold stocks for as long as I hold them. It's because of nonsense like this. This stock wants to go up to the fours. So why is it doing all of this? Because they want to shake you out before they move. So that's what happened on this. I was watching another stock. I should have just gotten back in and made back my losses, considering my loss was about 10 cents. But I missed it, and by the time I turned back to look at it, it was already all the way up here. So that was that. As far as other stocks that were gapping, CNSP, I was really disappointed in this because I actually thought this was going to go up, and had a nice catalyst, but that's not what happened. CURO. So CURO, I took CURO. I missed it. It wasn't a gap scan, but somebody just called it out to me when it was when it started moving. So I basically got long CURO. Let me show you guys. It's a double bottom. It was a little later in the day, actually. Where was that? Somewhere around here. So this is what happened. Okay, so all right, so I got long right there. I think I got long at 1750. So this is basically a nice double bottom formation, right? It's a nice W formation right there. So I basically got long around there to 1750. Popped up, went all the way up to 1799. That's a 49-cent gain, right? But I didn't take profit because I was thinking this thing will probably get over 18s, and so I was gonna try to take profit above the 18s, but it just basically popped up 49 cents, and then came back, and I still held it. Right, I held it. It's like, okay, this thing, I'm like shooting for this, this level right there, right, and then it came back. I was like, gosh, okay, so I'm longs from 1750, and then my stop on this stock, right? I was like, okay, I'm gonna hold this for at least a point, right? Because if it comes down to stop me out, I'm gonna get out, take the point loss. But my target is at least this 1850 or something. That was like my target because I actually thought that this thing could could get back to that level. So I held it, and then it came back, and I'm like, okay, well, this is looking good. This is looking good. But then it started chopping around there. And then when I saw this, I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna deal with this, man, because this thing should have just like at least when it hit this 18, it should have just went. But it just came back, and then when it came back, I just stopped out. Basically just stopped out, break even. Actually, it was with a tiny loss because of slippage. Okay, so that was that. All right, so we had I think I talked about it, SQFT, and then what was the other stock we had? There was ATNF, but there's nothing really happening on this stock. There was CYTH, right? So man, CYTH got me. It really got me. So, I was watching the stock. He just kept forming a bunch of higher lows, right? And basically, I got long, because I'm looking at this. I'm like, well, this thing looks like it could get going, and kind of like this. It's from like it's like higher lows, but like a mini inverse head and shoulder, right? Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. So I basically got long somewhere around here, and I got long in the 30s. Now, man, that was just it was just brutal, man. So I got long 730s. This thing popped up. I think it went up to 755. All right, I'm like, okay, well, this looks good. We could easily see this 777 and then possibly to like this to eights, right? But they just wicked this thing down, like boom, like drop. So I saw this thing coming down. I just stopped out. I stopped out at like 7 I think I stopped out at like 7. So when I saw it coming down, and then I was looking at the tape, it just seemed very heavy. And as soon as it came down, I just stopped out, and that was a good decision because it actually went all the way down to like the 660s. So, but then it came back, so I got back in. So where did I get back in? So I basically got back in right in the 740 because I was looking at this, and it was forming these higher lows as well. And look at that. That's a nice little sort of like a cup formation, right? So when I saw something like this pattern, I'm like, okay, well, I like this, and I caught this at 740, right? This is where I got in right there, the 740 break. Wait, was it there or here? I don't know. I got long 740, right? So that was actually, it was right around here, yeah. So 740. So when I saw this, right, I was like, okay, well, I got long at 740 right here, okay, somewhere around there. And then this thing popped up, went all the way up to 788. So I just wasn't gonna risk taking a loss after I've been in gain, right? Because I've taken, I've either stopped out break even or taking a tiny loss when I could have just, scalped the move up for 30, 40 cents or whatever. But in this instance, I was like, I'm not gonna risk it. I'm just gonna, when it starts moving up, I'm just gonna sell the move. So basically, I took 3/4 off at like 786, made back some of the loss from here. So that was about a 42-cent gain, and that was almost like a top tick because it went to 788. That was the top. So I sold at 782, and then when this move just came, when it started coming down, I was just like, you know what, I'm getting out, and that was a good decision because look at this thing, just all the way down, dump. So it looks like, with this CYTH stock, it just seemed like, it had an easier time going down than going up. Because look at all the candles, right? The downside is just a nice, long red candle. It had a lot easier time going down. So yeah, that's, when I saw that, I was like, okay, this to me is not really, this, I'm not even gonna watch this thing anymore. Because when a stock starts behaving like this, I just don't like it. Just kind of like sours the mood for me. When I see something like this, I just, I'm done. So anyway, so that's that, man. Few other stocks, ygmz, but this is like one of those China IPO type stuff. I don't even know if it was an IPO, but it's just, IPO'd sometime in October or something, but scammy, low volume crap. VIRI, same thing, right? IPO, yeah. So low volume. I didn't really touch any of these. Plus they never even got moving, so I just left those alone. So that's that, man. That was that for today. So one other thing, Tesla actually is getting included into the S&P 500 by close of business today, right? So this stock has come a long way, man. Like it has like really come a long way. And I'm still holding Tesla. Some Tesla shares in my long-term holdings from $197. And I sold a portion at 1550, 1,550 a few months back. So I'm just gonna hold the rest. I mean, this is my long term. If this thing comes down 50%, whatever, I'm just gonna add. I believe in the company. I believe in the stock. I believe in, most of all, I believe in Elon Musk. The guy's a freaking visionary. So, all right. So, if you're gonna keep shorting this, in my opinion, I don't think that's advisable. I talk about this in chat all the time. It's, once again, this is not investment advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. Consult your financial advisor. Okay, all of these they're not. It's not investment advice and should not be construed as investment advice. This is just for entertainment purposes only. My opinion, Tesla is. That's a long-term play. Okay, so it's going to be included in the S&P 500 today. So I think we had what we're seeing happen right now is like a sell the news type of stuff, right? Or is it an analyst downgrade? This just says it's an analyst downgrade. A lot of analysts have downgraded Tesla over the years, man. That doesn't really seem to do anything. You can downgrade it all you want. Somebody downgraded it to 0 a few years back, and he probably lost his clients a bunch of money, right? So, all right. So, the algo demon is going to come back and buy this thing back up. That's what I think is going to happen, in my opinion. All right. You guys have been great. Thanks for tuning in to Market Omega Show. And feel free to subscribe to Mad As Money, guys. The link is in the description below, okay? So just click on that link, subscribe, and when you're in chat, just look for Market Omega. I always post my ideas and, my thoughts on stocks. And if you have any questions when you're in chat, just feel free to hit me up in private message, and I'll do my best to answer it. Once again, subscribe to Mad As Money. Link is in the description below. And we always have sales, guys. We always have a lot of sales. The holidays, Christmas is around the corner, so we usually have sales and New Year sales coming up as well. All right. And also follow me on Twitter at Market Omega. Feel free to follow me, guys. I post my ideas on everything from stocks to cryptocurrencies to sports and just life in general. All right. Also, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Just type in Market Omega, hit the subscribe button, turn on post notifications so you get notified every time I upload new content. Once again, it's Market Omega. You guys have a wonderful weekend. Take care of yourselves and your family. And I'll see you guys next week for another weekly recap. Take care.